Wow. Nice and crispy.
So,
it's been a while, but welcome back to Concept Something, episode 5. I'm Nathan.
I'm Ryan.
And I'm Thea.
Special guest.
First time on, where we're actually all, like, alive and functioning humans right now.
And not hammered from the bars the night before.
I will consider this my debut.
Not even the bars.
Dude, it was a
baseball game.
It was a bar.
It was a baseball game. We went to a baseball game. You don't go there and be like, oh, I went to the bars tonight. You went to a baseball game.
But the bar was popping. That's all that matters.
The bar at the baseball field was great. They were all great. Yeah, so I'm just going to preface this and say we are currently on Spotify, Anchor, which is like what we upload this to, and they do everything for distribution, which is awesome. And we're on Apple Podcast and Google Play, and then there's a couple other ones that are really weird that I've never heard of.
And on YouTube.
Yeah, on YouTube too, which we haven't uploaded in like a month, so
yeah,
rip that channel.
You know,
it's dead.
Just wait. There's gonna be more uploads coming soon. Just been busy with life.
Ryan's out here working on a vlog from the New York trip.
Still.
It's been like two and a half months.
I've not touched that vlog in like 2.5 months. But hopefully that shit will get done in a week. Like, I'm working on it this week, actually. After all my projects are due for class. I'm working on it.
Whatever you say.
Dude, there's like 2 minutes left of like in the video itself to edit.
Thea, what's the chance that Ryan actually does finish it by the end of the week?
Oh, there's zero chance.
Oh,
I'm
getting this.
I would say 7.5%.
Well, the way that studio's been going right now, we've had so many projects, and he thinks he'll be able to get it done by the end of the week. Yeah. I guarantee it'll be another 2.5 months.
You want to slurp that hard cider louder?
This is the 4th time. This is the 4th time he slurped it, and every time it happens, I want to reach over and
I inhaled it.
Shake him.
Slap him. Slap him next time.
Okay, so next time he slurps it, hopefully it's loud enough that you can hear the slap, but he will be slapped.
If you had a good connection.
No, don't you fucking
It
dare.
definitely was not loud enough because he moved.
Yeah.
But next time.
Dude, if you're going to do it, you just got to own it.
I got slapped.
Barely.
So, story time.
Wow, I hate when you say that so much.
Yo, Nathan.
It's such a bad segue.
We were having drinks
just
about
prior
an hour
to this.
ago. Yeah.
Currently.
We're still boozing. But about an hour ago we were talking, and Nathan brought up a story at the last concert he went to.
Oh, yeah, okay, so a couple weeks ago we go to see Kid Quill in Detroit.
Hype.
It's also like a Tuesday night too, so it's kind of like a weird night for a concert, but we didn't have classes that day, so let's go. We park wherever you can park in Detroit for free, and we walk like...
Stop slurping.
That was a good slap. That was a good one.
Oh my fucking god, there was stuff on the ridge, so I drank it.
You don't slurp it though.
How was I supposed to?
You don't. You just drink it like a normal person, by gravity, it will come into your mouth.
Talk about the story, Nathan.
No, I'm going to get off topic just because of that. Physics. Gravity's a thing, dude.
Okay, concert on Tuesday night.
Yeah, so concert's on a Tuesday night. Really weird. But we go, and we didn't really care about seeing the opener because we have never heard of them. So we're like, we're in no rush. We're going to get down there, get food. And the place we were getting food at was right across from the venue. You okay? You okay, buddy?
He's trying not to get slapped again, I think.
Yeah.
Nope.
Super audio friendly. I love it. We're walking to the restaurant. It was like a tavern or something. And there's this guy who stops us like 10 feet from the door. And it's me, Ryan, and Josh. And Josh is the one who's actually talking to him. And dude's just like mumbling. He's like, we're like, I'm looking at Ryan and Josh. I'm like, do you guys know what he's saying?
It's like, do you guys want to party?
And me and Josh both heard parking. And Josh is like, oh no, we already parked. because we were fucking walking, and he's like, "Oh no, you guys party," and Josh's like, "Oh yeah, we party." He's like, "No," and does the little tap on the side of the nose. You guys party, and Josh's like, "Oh." No, we're just trying to get food. Then we go into the tavern and eat and everything.
But when we were in there. Do you want to tell?
Do you want me to jump into that?
Okay, so obviously when we go in there, it's like a small little tavern, probably just like 10 booths total, I'd say.
Yeah, it's maybe like 20 feet wide, and it's
long.
It's a super long restaurant or tavern, whatever.
And we get one of the booths that's right, like, on the window. So, like, we could look out, nice view and everything, right, of the street, you know, the crackheads, all that stuff. And all of a sudden this dude walks up, like, when we're looking at the menus, like, trying to figure out what beer we want or, like, what burger we want. This dude starts walking up to the window, looks around, like, his shoulders. Like, he, for some reason, thought this was a one-way, like, or, like, just no one could look through this window. He starts rolling a joint, like, pulls out weed, pulls out his,
well, it's legal here in Michigan now.
Not in public. It's, like, intoxication. You can't drink in public. So he starts, like, hovering over his shoulders, just pretending like no one sees him as we're clearly at this booth watching him and recording him. No, mind you, because obviously we thought it was hilarious, just he thought no one was watching. But he just starts rolling joints and starts smoking it like no one was watching.
He also proceeded, and when he was done rolling the joint, he went to the corner, walked across the street, waved across the other way, and proceeded to walk around like the square like crosswalk thing for probably a solid 20 minutes.
We were very entertained. I think we were having more fun than he was watching him.
Yeah, he looked really stressed out.
He needed that weed.
Yeah. So you were saying you have a cocaine story from Colombia.
Yeah, I was in Colombia this past winter, over Christmas time, and we went to a concert, and it was during a huge festival in the city that I was staying in Colombia. So this concert was actually from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. And around...
What a time. What a time to be alive.
Incredible. But around, I would say, maybe 1 a.m. or 2 a.m., the couple next to us started, like, taking powder out and doing lines. And I counted, they had to do at least 16 apiece between 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock in the morning. And I was surprised that they were still standing. And then they pulled out a joint, and they offered us... I was staying with my friend at the time. They offered us the joint, and we're like, no, like, we're okay. We don't want your joint.
Yo, it's free drugs.
Yeah.
So you gotta take it, and then you start trying
it must
to
be
sell
really,
it to someone.
It must be really weak shit if they took 16 hits of coke and didn't feel anything.
Dude, it was wild. I was intensely scared that they were gonna, like, pass out or overdose. But, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen worse things in my life.
You know, drugs are bad. That's all I gotta say.
Drugs are bad.
Unless they're legal, then you're fine.
Yeah, if they're legal, still use them lightly.
Yeah.
Recreation.
Yes.
Yeah.
I literally don't know how to transition from that. Like, what's...
You can.
I don't have a cocaine story.
No
I
transition.
don't.
Oh, actually, I do have a story. It's not cocaine.
It's powdered sugar related.
Honestly, kind of. I remember this story. I know we talked about it last episode, but it's from Boy Scout camp.
Oh, yeah.
And it was with our National Youth Leadership Training. So it was like a special leadership camping thing that you do.
Yeah, we were supposed to do that, but we never did.
And, I was
always...
only one for my troop to do it.
Yeah.
But when we went to do it, for some reason, my group, I was the craziest kids were my group. Like, hardcore, like...
Rebels.
They puff paint in their free time, honestly.
Puff paint?
Not the puff
they
paint.
puff paint.
Not that puff paint.
What would that even mean? What would you do for that?
No, they make puff paint for, like, fabrics.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, it's raised. It's like plastic.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I thought he was trying to say, like, huffing paint.
No, I think he was.
That's what...
But we called him out.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I was gonna say puff paint.
Okay, I meant huffing paint. Okay, goddamn.
They would huff paint
One letter
and snort
changes
glue.
a lot.
Puff huff. Okay.
They would puff paint and snort glue.
Dude, the worst thing I've done is huff gasoline. That was a fun time.
Okay, so
No, I haven't.
I remember one day.
Weird.
It was like one of the last days, like where we actually like know each other and we're actually talking with each other at this point. and this is where I found out how weird they were. Is like when we went to the mess hall, like for dessert, they had a bunch of candy, like bowls of candy. And these kids grabbed a shit ton of Smarties, like not just like 2.
Oh, I know where this is
going.
But like just a handful of Smarties, and we brought them back to our campsite. This one kid, I think his name was Evan, started laying them out and unwrapped all of them and started crushing them. Right?
Did they snort the Smarties?
And then next thing you know, one of them pulls out a $50 bill.
Oh,
rolls it up.
Fucking high rollers out here.
Yeah, and
the youth of America.
they just started creating lines of Smarties.
Daddy gave me that.
I can say it's not my proudest moment in life.
You call your boyfriend daddy?
Sure.
So yeah, we just did a line of Smarties because we were young and dumb.
Okay, so similar to that.
It was painful.
One of my we had a junior high or whatever. Yeah, don't snort stuff.
I really didn't plan on it.
Don't snort stuff that's not meant to be snorted. Cocaine is fine.
I don't think anything's meant
nothing.
to be
Yeah, nothing's meant to be snorted. Like you can
Air.
you can
Air.
waft like the good smells of like cookies or something like
Jimmy
that.
John's has those free smells.
They do.
Yeah.
Okay, off topic.
You guys want to go to Jimmy John's sometime and just go in there and just smell and leave?
Let's record it. Make a vlog about it.
How often do you think it happens? Because they can't kick you out. It does advertise that they have like free smells.
Yeah, I'd say once.
What the fuck? What advertisements are you seeing?
They all say free smells. There's neon signs, and it's also in the commercials. Freaky fast delivery with free
Once
smells.
every 2 weeks, I'd say someone probably does that.
You think?
Yeah, cause a lot of things over there, especially the one near us, is like it's all the businesses, so no one's gonna go out of their way.
That's true.
You will get those asshole
It's like,
college students like us.
Oh, about to go to work. Better go smell up the Jimmy John's.
Never know.
No.
It's fine.
So
Internet,
there's a virus on the computer.
There's
right
not a
now.
virus.
Ryan
It
has
is
a virus. If the audio gets corrupted,
That's why.
we're screwed. Wow, that was like a solid 2.5. That kind of seemed forced.
It was not forced.
Yeah. Okay. So in
Continue.
it was like junior high or whatever, like freshman year. Oh yeah. Brought back cookies.
Can you stop
A lot of
muttering and
cookies.
say it loud enough for everyone?
I have
to hear?
cookies, by the way.
Awesome.
Side tangent.
Yeah.
Made cookies when I was home.
Okay.
Yeah. Nice. I saw them over there.
They're delicious.
It's too late for me to eat, but I'll eat them tomorrow.
DM me if you want the details of the recipe.
Okay. Yeah. So freshman year, like you get really bored at lunch when you're just sitting there and you're done eating.
Of high
And-
school.
Yeah. And it was just me and my buddies just chilling out, and one of my buddies has Crystal Light, but he already drank his water. He forgot it in like the classroom or something like that. And he's like, I don't want to carry this around. I look stupid doing it. I was like, I don't care what you do. So he dumps it on the table as you would, and proceeds to snort a line of I think it was cherry flavored Crystal Light.
Mmm.
Yeah, no, he was messed up all day.
You know what would
It
have made it
was-
better? If you
What,
butt
cinnamon?
chugged it.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Give himself an enema with it, right? Is
I'm
that what you
gonna
do?
go to a more lighthearted childhood memory.
This one time I had a red balloon and I let it go,
Just one-
and then I was really sad.
Just one time at band camp.
No.
Oh, you want to keep going?
Just one time
Finish
at
your
band camp.
story.
No, I'm just joking.
That's
I've
the,
never
that's the
been
start
to.
of that's the start of a story.
I've never been to band camp. So this one time at band camp, I was actually not band camp. Okay, you can continue.
Yeah, I've never
Thea.
been.
That was a
band
nice
camp.
story.
Never been in band.
I love the
I
climax
was in
of it.
band, but I never went to the camp. I think I quit band the year before they started doing the camps.
Nice.
But back when we were younger, we
Concentration
used to
camps.
play a game called
What
Pokemon.
the fuck?
What did you just say?
Nothing. Just continue.
We used to play a game
Dark
called
humor.
Pokemon. And
Pokemon.
I never played Pokemon.
I don't know how you've never played.
How have you never
They
played?
had the
Nathan?
card game. They had the TV show. They had the DS.
How have you not played the TV show?
It was a Game Boy. The Game Boy Advance. They came out with that mobile. But recently in studio, we just got back to a modulator playing I think it's a DS Lite version.
It's a Nuzlocke.
Okay.
What does that mean?
And so these assholes
explain
put a randomizer on my game. And so anything you think that would actually happen doesn't.
Great times.
I was a level 2 straight out the gate. My first trainer. It's a fucking legendary. and I die like one shot, and because of the way that they're playing, if you die, you can't revive your Pokemon. You have to just move on to the next one. It was my first fucking one, so I was like, yeah.
So you start over.
I'm not gonna play like that. But when I was thinking about Pokemon, I started thinking about, like, how the hell do they fit in those little balls? How do you squeeze this massive fucking Pokemon and put it into a little ball? And then do you just carry around multiple balls at all time? Like,
I have an answer.
What's the capacity of your backpack of balls?
I have an answer. So first, how they fit in the Pokeballs is, you know, like studio apartments where it's like one room.
No,
you have everything in it. That's what it's like.
But how do they shrink down though? Like
it's kind of like Hermione's bag or whatever.
Oh, in Harry Potter.
Yeah.
So there's a spell. So it's a magical world.
Well, yeah, they're fucking animals that you train to fight each other. Yeah. Well, I guess that's kind of real.
Dog fighting.
Yeah, Michael Vick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but they die and they come back to life.
But they don't actually die. They just
faint.
get knocked out. And so, what's the point at which you can actually kill a Pokemon? And you shove its dead carcass back into the ball?
Okay, that's
I feel
how
like
Pokemon
they never die. It's like, it's kind of like that imaginary friend, where like,
oh, I killed him many times.
You don't where you kind of just move on, you forget about him.
So then, does it die in the ball, or does the ball release?
No, you kind of just like throw the ball somewhere and just walk away.
Is it like inactivity, and it just releases it, and then it goes back into the wild? Like, how do they all appear in the wild?
I like to think they die and you shove them in the ball. Like physically shove them in the ball. Mm-hmm. And then, what was your other thing? Is like,
yeah. So then, am I?
How do you carry so many balls?
Yeah, how do you carry so many balls? And what's the difference between the red balls and the blue balls?
The blue balls are the special ones.
The blue balls are the ones
I'm making this shit up.
So the blue balls are when like you get really excited about something and there's like a U-turn in something and you get blue balled. That's that is.
No.
So you can carry at least 99 balls.
The blue balls are the ones where you try to steal it from your enemy. So that they hurt.
No, that's master balls. That's the purple balls. That's the purple balls with the yellow M's on them.
Again, I never watched Pokemon.
So
you can play Pokemon and I watch it.
You're telling me you can carry at least 99 balls.
8, 9, 10, 11, 15, 33,
33.
36.
And it stopped.
Trojan horse programs. Love that.
Yeah, we're doing a scan right now for Trojan horse programs.
It's gonna. Oh, okay. So it's gonna let it in, and then
Spartans are gonna hop out of my laptop.
Yeah, the virus is gonna get let in via Trojan horse program.
The Pokeball virus lets out all the.
That's my favorite virus.
There's gonna be a Trojan horse that hops on my screen.
The real question is how many balls will fit on the screen.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, how do you carry all these? Like, realistically, if you have a backpack.
Yo, I'm buff as fuck, yo.
But how do you carry all these balls? I feel like it's not possible. And, like, a lot of things in Pokemon aren't possible. But it's the simple logic. Okay, so maybe you can get 2 in your fanny pack. 3 top.
Actually, no.
3. Well, like a standard one. Not like the little, like, satchel that you have. You could fit 2.
So, Thea.
I think I could fit 2 in this? This is quite small. I think I can.
No, you can fit. Well, how big is it? Like the size of the microphone we're using? Is that like the Pokeball?
See, that's the thing.
Like
you know what's painful to me right now?
Change size based on what's inside of it?
No, it's a standardized.
You've never seen the TV show, have you?
I have not watched the TV show.
Okay, so the TV show actually explains this.
I'm a fake fan of.
Is your only exposure the game that you
Nathan?
Play?
Shut the fuck up.
Well, I used to play the card game, although I guess no one really played the card game. We just kind of collected them.
Yeah, I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yu-Gi-Oh. Can we start a new card game called Yu-Gi-Oh?
It's like Yogi the Bear.
Yeah, except like super shitty and like poorly drawn and everything.
I think
we shouldn't let Ryan talk because he has the answer, and I don't want to know the answer. I like living in the world of fantasy.
Okay, so the actual answer, it's just what you think is honestly when you use the
virus came back negative.
Nice.
Positive.
So when you use the Pokeball,
Ryan is positive.
Ryan's positive, but the virus is negative.
Okay. So give us the answer.
Okay, so when you use the Pokeball, it's big. It's like a handful size, like baseball size, but after like you're not using
a handful of balls.
Okay, so when you're
I got a ball in my hand.
You can see what he's doing. I wish this was a video and not a podcast because it's absolutely ridiculous.
Okay.
Continue.
So when you have the Pokeball, right, and it's
I have
big,
2 balls in my hand.
and it's like it's like a softball size, right? But then after you put it in your backpack, it actually like shrinks down to like really small. It actually does.
But then how do you find them in your backpack? I lose things in my backpack that are bigger than super small.
What if he grabs a Pokeball, thinking it's the wrong thing, and he tosses it out, and it's just like a dead body?
Well, shit.
It's like, I didn't do that.
But then another weird thing in Pokemon is you take your Pokemon that you don't want immediately in your, I guess, Pokeball sack, and you put them into a computer, and it stores them. And so that really didn't make sense to me of like, how does it store them in these little chambers for all of eternity? And I actually like got into like the dark black hole of the internet, and I came up with cryonics. And so what cryonics is, it's been going on in Russia for almost 60 years, but essentially they drain...
Communism.
It's not communism.
The Red Scare?
But it's kind of linked to communism.
I'm kind of scared
In a
to call it
weird
red.
way. And so with cryonics, they drain the blood of dead bodies and they put them in really cold chambers in the theory that when we advance enough in technology, they can reawaken and have life put back into them. And so right now, there are actually 56 bodies in Russia and then 22 pets, including dogs, cats, and at least 1 chihuahua, according to the article that I read.
That's a dog. You didn't know.
Wait, are they? Well, no, they're kind of like rats. How small is it?
How small is this dog?
I don't know how big or small the dog is, but that's
Okay.
just what it said in the article.
This is important.
But yeah, it says that there's 56 inverted bodies. So like
Inverted.
my
So
theory...
they're upside down.
I thought they turned inside out. Everything that's supposed to be on the inside is on the outside, and all the skin's on the inside.
So in theory, if Pokemon was to follow like real logic, although it totally doesn't, but they would have to like drain the blood out of these Pokemon and freeze them, and then re-inject them with blood when you want to add them to your ball sack.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I do all the time.
You tripped through that.
Yeah, I did
That's
trip
what I
through
do all the time.
time.
Don't drink beers and talk, kids.
Yo, I do that when I'm sober.
Can you please stop saying yo to start sentences?
Oh my gosh, yes. This kid, I've lived with this kid since freshman year.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like, I don't know if someone like broke that, like shattered that like glass wall or whatever, like to actually notice it. But like,
I'm sorry.
is that you
it's making
cracking?
noise. No, it's my necklace.
Oh, I was gonna say like,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm sorry. Continue.
But like the past probably like year and a half, every time he wants to say something, he goes, "Yo, Nathan." Dude, you got viruses.
I don't have viruses. My laptop's fine.
No, it's not.
But he starts, I would say, a third of all sentences with yo. And the only time he doesn't is when he's presenting for studio. But even then, you could see it in his face that he wants to say it. He has
I need
to,
help.
restrain himself from saying yo.
Instead of saying yo, he says, "So."
Yeah, he says so instead of yo. So it's quite similar, but sounds less
So,
ignorant.
Thea,
Stop.
I need help. Please, someone help me.
I feel like it's trying to be like that cool kid who's like, "Yo, what's up?"
But if you
I am that cool kid.
But
you
it's like
saw
the
him-
whitest kid you know.
he looks like he's 12.
The whitest
With a baby
12-year-old you
face.
know. Dude, you know whitest kid you know, like old vintage YouTube?
No.
No.
Oh, you gotta watch them, their videos. Those are like good. If you can find them,
Yeah.
they're good. They're really good.
Okay.
It's like
Dudes.
old internet stuff.
Quit slurping.
Hey,
I just got slapped 4 times.
that's a backhand for discipline.
Just to let you all know, we aren't actually slapping him.
They're actually slapping
It's
me.
a slight little tap.
Ryan,
What?
Ryan has a
You're
safe
about to
word.
go full force
We
on
are
this slap.
not. If we were going full force, you'd definitely be able to hear
You'd be
it.
on the ground, dude, if I went full force.
I'm pretty sure they heard that. They heard
Do
you.
you want me to go
slap
full force after this?
No.
Okay.
I'm not asking you to go full. Oh. I'm not asking you to go full force. Oh. Rewind.
Oh. So Nathan
What?
said this really weird thing about 30 seconds before we actually started recording this, and he made a comment
I don't remember what I
about
said.
how in movies or TV shows and cartoons,
Oh, yeah.
when things lick things, they make a weird noise that doesn't happen in real life.
When things
Yeah.
lick things.
So in like cartoon shows, I feel like when they go to lick something, they're like, but in real life, when you go to lick something, it's just you just lick it. There's no real sound.
Please don't make that noise.
It's just like that.
And I understand you have to have like audio engineer. You have to have like essentially fake the sound so that it's, I guess, makes sense. But how do you stumble upon the noise of as you're licking noise? What? Who did this? You're not even doing it right either. You're like stiff jawed,
They can't
super
see
flexed tongue.
It's
gotta be like, you gotta go. There you go. If you stop listening right now, I completely understand why. I'm sorry.
Do not stop. Never stop. Never stop.
Can't
Never
stop, won't stop. But wait, like,
It does bring up a question.
why that noise? That's not
Yeah.
that's not what I associate with licking.
It's just this interesting dynamic of why we try to create. What are you doing?
I don't know.
A
There's
sticky cup?
no. It's like oily.
Oh.
That's your own. You're the only one who's been touching your cup.
No, but like I know people in this house have used it before. So how clean did they actually clean it?
Anyways, in cartoons,
spit in it.
when they make noises for things, like when you see a bomb going off, it makes that really high pitched thing, and then
Makes
it goes
a bomb
boom.
sound.
It goes,
Kaboom.
no, it goes like,
Boom.
right. And so, like, what decided that that was the noise that a bomb makes when it's flying through
Ask
the air?
Hiroshima.
Have you ever seen a bomb fall?
No, doesn't make that noise.
Ask
Maybe.
Hiroshima.
I don't know. I've never seen one either.
Ask Nagasaki.
Too soon,
I
dude.
don't.
Come
yeah,
on.
I don't like that.
That was like 100 years ago. It's fine.
What was it? Was it 100
it
years
fine?
ago?
No, it's more like 80. 70?
Is it?
70?
I don't.
I honestly don't know the answer
No,
to this
80.
question.
It's
I can
80.
tell you it's probably
It was
not
like
80
80.
that
years.
long
It's like
ago.
80.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was in the 40s.
Yeah.
It's past the 15-year rule. You can joke about tragedies
See, I
if
don't
it's
think
15 years
so.
past. Yeah.
I think us as America
Can you-
dropping nuclear bombs was not so great.
Ask Bailey. Bailey said yes.
Well, that means.
I don't know if he'll approve or endorse you saying
Well,
that.
what's the rule for like genocide then? Is it ever okay? Because I don't
Depends.
think it is.
Depends.
So, like, can we
The
talk about
Holocaust?
the Trail of Tears, like all the Indians being
Well,
raped and murdered?
Okay, I'm not
'Cause
saying
I don't think it's
genocide's
okay to
good.
talk about those
I'm
things.
literally not saying genocide's good.
I think it's good to teach in like history class when it's like, hey, you know how America thought was like we thought we were great and everything? Yeah, we're not really.
No, we did a lot of fucked up shit,
Yeah.
including dropping bombs.
Okay,
That
so
was kind of necessary in a sense,
Okay.
but we're not going to
We're
get
not
off.
gonna
no,
get
we're
into
gonna get into it because I'm in an ethics
No,
class right now.
Let's
No,
not
we're
get
not.
And in
political.
ethics,
I'd really
it's
like
not
to
political. It's you outweigh the happiness over sadness. So technically, we saved more lives than what were killed at the bombs. Technically, because
Did
more
we,
people
though?
would have died than the bombs would have killed.
We just slapped our
In the
dick
war.
on the table and was like, this is what we got. What are you going to do about
And
it?
they didn't
That's-
surrender the first time. They
That's
were like,
America's
"Oh, really?"
Policy. America
Yeah.
has to outdick everyone.
We were about to bomb them a third time if they didn't surrender.
Oh my goodness.
We are ready.
Tokyo. Then Tokyo
Fast
Drift
and
wouldn't have been made.
Furious.
There'd be no Tokyo
Drift,
Drift.
Fast and Furious.
Now we're copyrighted.
When we were in
We just got a copyright strike.
Tokyo. When we were in Florida, we went just before school started back this past semester, and we listened to Tokyo Drift easily 40-50 times in a week.
Just that song specifically?
Anytime we would drive, it would be the first song that we played, and we'd bump it. We'd turn up as loud as it went in Ray's car. And we'd be like screaming out the windows and dancing.
Did you guys drive down there?
We did.
Ugh,
Yeah, we
that's
took
a-
turns. I had the
Oh, so you had to drive the
I
Alfa
had
Romeo.
the 7 a.m. to I want to say like 1 p.m. shift both days. So the first day that we left, and then the second day when we were still driving.
You.
Oh my
We took a little break to get food and things. But yeah, it's
Waffle
about
House.
24 hours. Long time.
That's.
But we all took turns driving, so it wasn't too bad.
I think like realistically for me, like 8 hours is like the most that I will do by choice. Like I drove back 12 hours from Kansas City like a month and a half ago.
All by yourself?
No, my brother was there, but I did all the driving except for probably like an hour and a
No
half.
copyrighted. No copyrights.
You're allowed to do covers of things.
Oh, by myself.
Don't
Somebody
wanna
please
be-
help me.
Is that how the song
This
goes?
is cry for help.
No, but I think driving on your own is a lot different. I mean, we had 6 people in that car.
Oh, what?
We
Ow.
took his parents' car. I
Okay, I
forget
was
what it was.
gonna
It had
say.
3 rows. So it was a big car, big SUV. I'm a really shitty driver, apparently. And we were at the gas station, and I went to leave, and Haley was still getting in the car. She was like halfway in, wasn't sitting down. The door was still open, and I went
Start
to drive
driving.
away. Yeah.
I'm not letting you
What do
drive my
consider a
car.
driver?
So you're not
It
driving
was
my
also
car.
like 4 a.m., so there's
I
that.
thought you were
Yeah.
the 7 a.m. shift.
Oh, there was.
I don't remember. I was a 7 a.m. to start, but then there was like a weird shift that I picked up, and then I took a nap, and then I picked it back up. I don't remember. It was a while
Yeah, it
ago.
was like on the way back. It was like it was probably like 10 o'clock, and we had to get gas, and we were like probably like an hour out from where we were staying the night, and I like couldn't see out of the windshield at all because with like newer cars, there's all like the oils and stuff in like the dashboard. So in the summer heat, all of it gets released and just goes and hits the windshield on the inside and just makes it super oily. Yeah. I didn't realize that was a thing either.
Wait, what? Say that again?
So like when you have a newer car, like everything's still like fresh essentially. So the dashboard, especially with
You
mine,
said Arby's meats.
because they have the beef.
Yeah,
and the meat.
meats.
We have the meat.
Doo-doo.
Yeah, so like all the oil gets released because my dashboard and like everything on top of it it's all like leather, like the fake leather or something like that. I don't know.
Leather.
Sure, but it's also all
Yeah.
black too. So all the oil, even like if it's plastic,
Yeah.
all the oil will get released.
That's
In the
so
heat.
weird.
Yeah. So if you're like the inside of your windshield looks super dirty,
Yeah.
like wipe it down with like dry paper towel or like a dry towel,
Mhm.
because that gets rid of it.
That's interesting.
But yeah, it sucks driving at night with that because you can't see anything. Anyone's headlight, like anyone's coming at you, fuck off with all your snaps and stuff.
Can
You're
you
white.
not?
Garbage. Be here. You don't need to post this shit anywhere.
Yo, I'm dating that advertisement. Post on my-
Okay.
Wow, you're cool. If you're listening to this because Ryan posted on his story,
Fuck off.
no. Tell Ryan to fuck off.
Yeah, tell Ryan to fuck off, and then continue to listen because we actually take a lot of time to do this. So
Yeah, and
we appreciate.
give me
it.
the code word and I'll beat up Ryan if I have to.
Yes. If you use the safe word, we will beat up Ryan.
Yeah.
What? They don't know what my safe word is.
Just 'cause he doesn't have one.
Pineapple juice.
No, we know.
Pineapple
That was
juice.
difficult.
Pineapple juice.
You would be the
So,
easiest person to interrogate.
How did you decide of all the things you could pick for a safe word?
'Cause it's funny.
Pineapple juice was it.
This is funny. Start pineapple juice, pineapple juice, pineapple juice.
He
But-
spit too. Did you see that?
I was trying to ignore it, but thank you for also seeing
I
it.
saw it come. I was like, oh, okay. I do it too occasionally, but like that one was like really funny because he just kept saying the same word over and over again.
Pineapple juice.
But why? I feel like Ryan's never had to use a safe word.
No.
He just decided to come up with one.
Just for the
I
heck
mean,
of
is
it.
there
Just for the hell
anything
of it.
wrong with that?
He was like, in the off chance that I may need this in the future, it's gonna be pineapple juice.
Yo, plan ahead.
I think
Always be prepared. You never know
I
when you
think
need a
this
safe
question's
word.
come up like a lot recently, and by a lot I mean like 2 or 3 times. Just like random people or random like friends that I have.
It's like, hey,
will
what's your
ask
safe
it.
word?
Yeah, like no, we'll just be like chilling out, like either sitting on campus in the atrium or like at someone's house, and they're like, All right, so what's your safe word? And I've just been thinking of like ones that'd be like really funny or like really weird to say. And when Ryan was saying his, I thought of sour cream and onion.
Oh my goodness.
Because imagine yelling that.
I'd like to not.
That would be amazing.
It'd
Definitely
be a mood killer for both of
Well,
those.
yeah. Well, that's the whole point of it, because you gotta feel safe.
No, I understand.
No,
Yeah.
you need to come up with something super complex. It's like an actual sentence.
In 1945, I killed a family of 3. They're in my basement. Don't check it though.
1492.
1945. I started yelling it. 1945 killed family 3. They're still in my basement. Don't check it though. Please stop. It hurts. In 1945, I killed a family of 3. They're still in my basement. Don't check it though. Ah.
I'm really upset right now.
But then please stop is your go word. So you saying please stop just means keep going.
Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Oh my god, my face is red. I can
really
feel
wish
it.
that we didn't get into this conversation.
Yeah. You got a go bag?
A go bag?
Yeah, it's like
What does that mean?
it's like a bag that's like
That's his go.
yeah.
Oh, so like it's like Monopoly. Like you pass go,
and
you
get
collect
money.
your money.
Oh no, I wish. It's one of those. It's like it's a bag that you just throw. Like, you have like all the stuff you need. Like
Oh, like
so
you're
you can get it-
ready.
Yeah.
Like an escape bag, like your runaway bag, like in case the FBI is chasing you down, or like
No, in case you like, you just gotta go. Like you.
you just snatch that
you
shit.
just grab your go bag and
You
go.
wake up, it's like, it's time to go.
Yeah, no. If it's go time, you gotta go.
Do you have a go bag? Do you have
No.
something prepared?
Oh, that's what my school backpack
Your
is.
backpack.
I live
so
out of that.
your laptop and shit.
It's
That's
it's
your
basically
go
all I
bag?
need.
I got a
I got like my
notebook.
chargers and shit in there.
So
and-
like, what about like your passport, your ID, like some cash, you know, like
No,
a
I
few
never carry my
$100 cash?
passport.
No, but I'm saying like that's a go bag, right?
I have like
you got all the
$14
shit.
cash.
So,
So
you're,
what you're saying is I am ready.
you're going, but you're
I am
going
robot.
on the bus to Detroit. Like that's as far as you can get.
No, I got a car. I can go.
You can walk.
Until you run out of cash, though. Like 'cause-
Walk.
No, but they can
Walking
track.
is
No,
free.
I got
No.
money in the bank. No, I'm not saying
They-
Money in
they
the
track-
bank.
I'm not running from the government here.
They
I'm like
track your license plate. They track your credit card.
this
right?
isn't
And
like
so like you need the cash.
this isn't like I broke the law and I'm running from the FBI. This is like
But if it was
this is
hypothetically,
this end of the world. Like we gotta get out of here. We gotta get out of
but then
Southfield.
your
This
card's not working. Like at some point, your credit card's not working. You better have something to trade, because like no one's gonna take your money. Money's worthless.
my body.
Yeah, I was thinking my body.
Don't forget your safe words though. You gotta use those.
Sour cream and onion.
In 1945, I killed a family of 3. This is on my basement. Don't check it.
Moving on. Yeah, no, I don't have a go bag, but
But I think it's smart. Like I think you should have like a minimal go bag of like if something were to happen and you had to like get out of Dodge real quick, you'd be ready to go. Even if that's $50 in a bag of sour cream and onion chips. Like
This actually reminds me of a
My-
story.
but you can also grab pineapple juice and the sour cream and onion chips and put them in the go bag.
Pineapple
and
my
then
preferred snack would be the pretzels that are mustard and onion. They're so
no, you know what?
They're
Those
so
the
good.
yellow bag, the yellow bag, the twisty pretzels, they're kind of sweet, kind of buttery. They come in the
good.
butter.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I've had those. Those are actually
the best
amazing.
pretzels
Yeah,
ever.
Pretty good.
the best, just like straight pretzels. Mustard and onion.
See, I'm not a huge mustard.
I'm not
fan.
either. I hate mustard.
I like
But-
actual mustard.
I don't.
I don't
Ugh.
like flavored mustard things.
Ugh.
What does that mean? Do you not like the mustard you put on hot dogs, or is it like?
No, like I like
you like that?
mustard. But I don't like French's mustard. No, I need like the gourmet Dijon, fucking like
Oh, okay.
$20 mustard.
Oh, give me some like spicy Dijon. I'll
That's
have a
what
little
I'm
bit of that. Like,
Right.
don't give me like the garbage yellow baseball game.
Yeah, you squeeze it, it's like
Yeah.
it sprays
Can we
everywhere.
get that sound effect again?
I don't know if I can do it again. It was pretty.
It's
good.
like shitting in the morning after Taco
So-
Bell.
No,
got your
it's
hot
like when you
dog,
get the
and you
beer
go-
shits. Yeah, exactly.
I think mine was better.
I don't
So
want
now
to try.
we're back on the cartoons, right? So like we could do sound effects for mustard squirting on to a hot dog for a commercial,
And someone licking something.
and so at the same time, it's
Yeah.
perfect.
You're licking the mustard. That's what it is. Can someone like who can actually animate stuff like do that?
As you
That'd be
squeeze the
great.
mustard onto the hot dog, you're also licking it from the other end. Ready? 1, 2, 3. That was it. We need the animation. That would be perfect to just have on repeat.
Yo, Roger, that's you. You know who you are.
I don't know who Roger is.
Neither do I.
nice
But
to meet you,
Roger, who is listening to this, can do it.
Oh, is that my spit from the...
No, it's just dusty. I gotta dust my room tomorrow.
Thea,
I gotta vacuum too.
You spat everywhere.
I wouldn't be surprised. That was a really
Yeah, I'm
aggressive sound effect. Yeah, just wipe it on the carpet.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Just like drag your face on the carpet. You ever do that to like your
We're
dog
Good. We're good.
or your cat when they
Just
do
keep going
something
till-
bad and they like shit on the carpet and you just gotta like slightly rub their face on it?
No.
You never like
Same stuff.
you push your face slightly close to the poop and you're like bad dog and then you're like don't do it again.
No,
but
then
I
I
still
eat the
love you
poop.
anyway.
Sometimes
Oh,
you
wait,
just gotta
what?
eat at the poo poo.
What?
Do it. It'll float.
No, it won't. Beer does not float.
Well, if it's empty, like if you actually finished it like a real person.
But now I can't drink it because you
You
had
can.
it all over this nasty ass table. He just put the butt of his beer into my water glass.
No, wait. It's not even beer. It's hard cider.
It's hard cider because he's a pussy. But,
Got his ass.
dude,
I added flavor to it.
I wouldn't
to
drink
moisten
that.
my throat now.
You don't know where this can's been.
It's in your throat.
Oh. What would
I'm
that be
upset.
for? Can you do that again?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what it would be.
I didn't. Oh, like in a cartoon, like we can animate.
Yeah.
So you're like shoving the dog, and it goes a little too far as you lick it. Hold
You're
on.
gagging.
We're gonna do all these. So you're shoving the dog into your mouth as you're putting mustard on it, and you're licking it. Are we ready?
No, that sounds like it would be like someone plunging a toilet.
Oh yeah, that's actually a good one.
Yeah.
But then you gotta get the flush, the whoosh.
Whoosh.
It's more aggressive. It's like, I don't know. Dude, the toilets at school, the one sounds like it's gonna swallow you when you flush it.
Which one?
There's one.
I've been swallowed
I've never
twice.
been in the girls' bathroom, so. No.
There's one in the old Arky wing, and you flush it, and it's so
Where you have it?
aggressive.
Oh, in the
that
basement?
the stall just like shakes when it flushes.
Wait, what?
It's
Which-
scary. It feels like it's
You're
gonna
saying,
suck you
you're
down.
saying the old, so it's in the basement, right?
Wait.
Yeah, in the basement.
Have you
Okay.
seen Harry Potter, though? You step in the toilet,
Oh,
and you
you're right.
press the
You
flush,
You press the
Dude.
flush.
and you go to a different world.
Maybe that's how
No, you should go
I get.
underground.
Maybe that's how I graduate and like leave early instead of dropping out. You just like flush yourself down the toilet.
See, no one thinks about it.
Flush yourself away.
That's what I'm
No one
saying.
thinks about it. That's the thing.
Okay, wait. I have a. So like,
Are you getting me? A
there
new water?
are-
Yeah.
Thank you.
there are bad drivers everywhere, which like I completely understand.
Oh, I'm one of them. Yeah.
But there is a concentration of idiots in Southfield, and I don't understand it.
Dude, someone stopped in the traffic circle in front of me, and I almost hit them because they don't know how to use a traffic circle.
Yeah,
And, like
no.
I understand. You just have to watch the person ahead of you, and they do exactly what you do. You just follow.
Because apparently to some people, roundabouts don't make sense because it's not a straight line.
But they're
Because
more
curves
efficient.
are weird. Who understands what you roll up to a circle, you're like, oh, where do I go? Because there's not 8 signs and arrows pointing you in the right direction, right?
But you know it is weird. In North Carolina, they have this interchange, and it's a figure 8, and you actually drive on the opposite side of the road. And there's one
Yeah.
by Auburn Hills, too.
Yeah, there's one in Auburn Hills over by Oakland University.
Yeah.
It's actually
And
really
it's
cool.
weird, but
I think
it's
cool.
neat. And it's not hard to navigate. I
No.
mean, you just follow the path. And I
Yeah.
don't understand why something with traffic circles makes people brain dead.
Yeah.
People
There
don't
was-
like circles. It's scary.
It's the perfect shape.
So in
No, I just
pretty much all like every roundabout, how once you're in the roundabout you don't stop.
Yeah, that's the common courtesy
keep
thing
going.
to do.
When I was in Kansas City, there was a roundabout, except there were yield signs on the inside for the people. So
you
entering, you
yield.
had the right of way entering, which
That's
doesn't make any
weird.
sense. Which defeats the purpose because it's supposed to keep traffic flowing.
You know, in Europe, they have traffic circles that have stoplights in them. And so you
Yeah.
stop inside the traffic circle, and then you move again.
over by Great Lakes Crossing. I don't understand why certain areas, there's the ones over by Great Lakes Crossing that they just put in, and then I think there's some in Farmington where they have traffic lights like at the roundabout.
Oh, before it?
Yeah, I don't get that.
The whole point
I've never
of
seen them on either.
a roundabout is to
Eliminate
replace the traffic light.
Yeah.
Because it's more efficient.
The best of
People
both
just
worlds.
yield as they yield and go around a little circle.
Which I thought, like, oh, maybe it's because if there's like a bunch of traffic and stuff, then it'll like somehow turn on during rush hour and then
That
push
doesn't
people
make any
through or
sense.
something. Like, that's the whole point of the roundabout again, is to eliminate that
Yeah.
and get people to not stop so that there won't be a traffic.
Why are we talking about roundabouts?
And Josh mentioned something.
Because people in Southfield don't fucking understand how to do them.
They don't. And Josh mentioned something while we were in the car on our way back.
Oh, hot cop?
Yeah, not about Hot Cop, but about...
Josh didn't talk about Hot Cop.
About the fact that apparently it's illegal to go around a traffic circle more than 3 times.
Oh,
But my question is, how are you confused enough about a traffic circle that you have to continually go around it 3 times? And that reminds me of like the Big Ben Parliament, where he's stuck in the traffic circle. But
What?
you've never seen that movie?
No.
European
not.
Vacation?
Nope.
National Lampoons that came out in like the 80s?
Oh, no.
Nope.
Oh my goodness. Well, he's going around and they're in Europe and he keeps seeing Big Ben on one side, Parliament on the other side. So he's like, Big Ben, Parliament, Big Ben, Parliament, like as he's going around. And, but how do you get stuck in a traffic circle in Southfield where the law exists and go around it 3 times? We have maybe 4 exits on these things. Like, it's not difficult. They're never full. They're never backed up.
No.
How are you that confused about it that you go around it 3 times? Unless you're trying to get Hot Cop to pull you over, in which case, you do you, boo.
Yeah. Also, roundabouts are supposed to be circles. There's that first roundabout if you're heading north on Evergreen.
Mm.
It's not a circle.
Now it's like an oval.
It's like 70% of a circle, and then someone just like connected the dots basically at the end. They're like, that's good enough. I don't get it. That doesn't make sense. Yeah, Ryan's pulling up on Google Maps or whatever.
Not that you guys can see it, but I think
Yeah.
he
Go
wants
to
a
satellite.
better
I
understanding of
can't.
it.
It's fucking mad. Give me a second.
You can't go to satellite on Google or on Apple. Apple Maps sucks.
You can't switch between satellite and
Fuck you.
maps. I've never seen that.
In what
I've never had
world?
that issue. What about when you need to like creep
That's 'cause
on
you have a good
people?
phone, that's why.
I do have a good phone, but when you gotta creep on people, you gotta switch to satellite.
I
and
feel
then
like
you
I'm
can get on
attached
street
right
view.
now.
Exactly.
If you're on a regular map,
What you mean?
can
That's a
get
circle.
Down. Go down.
Not
That's
that
a
one.
fucking circle.
Go
That's the
down.
first
That
one.
one.
No, it's
The
not.
other one.
What other one? That's
Child.
the first one.
That's not.
It is normal.
Wait, no, that's what it looks like on the map, but
It's normal.
That's wrong.
no.
That's the
If you
wrong
actually
one.
see it, it is not. The bottom of it is, it's like
It's normal.
it's like a shitty smiley
It's
face.
not.
That's not what it looks like.
I see a smile right
Actually,
there.
no, okay, no.
Dude.
The circle itself is, but what the road follows isn't. Because you see,
There's like a wobble. See how it's over there? It's straight, kind of.
it looks like a lemon.
But so like, when you go through a traffic circle,
See what we're saying?
when you're about
Yeah.
halfway
Yeah.
through your turn, you speed up, right? There's a lot of people who will continue to go like 15 miles an hour through the whole thing, and they don't speed up till they're like way out of the circle. But I feel like that just like makes traffic run slower, because once you're at that point, centripetal force is gone. Like you're just going straight.
Bringing physics in the bitch.
We always bring physics in the bitch.
Also, question for you guys:
Yo,
when you
I'm
turn
Ryan. Yo,
left out of something,
Yo.
yeah,
and there's a center turn lane,
yes.
you sit in that lane.
Uh-huh.
Do you drive, or do you just wait until the lane clears so you can enter the
No,
lane?
you should sit
Whoa.
unless you need to drive to get into the next available gap.
Repeat
Yeah.
this question. I'm really
So like,
confused.
what do you use a center turn lane for? Like, if you're turning, let's say, left out of,
you-
if there wasn't like a stoplight
Yeah, so
at the end of
you're
our
here,
street,
You turn left.
you turn
sit
left onto
here,
the main road.
You sit here in this lane to get over, or do you continue to drive and then get over?
Oh, if you use it for merging.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kind of.
I just sit there and I
You
wait.
sit
Yeah.
there.
I don't understand people in Southfield just driving that in the center turn lane for no reason. And it's like you just gotta stop. Just stop. I'm over here trying to turn left, and you're
Stop
driving.
it.
You're driving at me. Get some help.
Yeah.
All right, I'm done with my little tangent on bad
I
drivers.
think that should be good for
I have
today,
a lot
honestly.
more to go off of.
We covered
but
a lot of topics. We went somehow from cocaine
to
to
Pokemon
Pokemon
to Russia.
to Russian freezing facilities for dead bodies.
To Tokyo Drift.
Yeah, to Tokyo
Fast and
Drift.
Furious.
To something else. Safe
I don't
words.
even know.
Yeah, we hit safe words, dude.
We
We
talked
covered
about
everything.
history. We talked about the Holocaust a little bit. We talked
Physics.
about
In 1945.
World War II. We talked
I
about
killed 3 families.
how
in my
Ryan killed a
basement.
family and has it in the basement, but don't check
Jeez.
it.
In 1945, I killed the family in the basement, and they're stuck. Don't check.
That wasn't it, but
that
you're
story
close.
got longer. Yeah, we hit a lot. We wrapped it up with bad drivers. And I think in the spirit of Southfield, you have to wrap it up with shitty drivers. Because no matter where you're at, the service is shitty, the drivers are shitty.
Everything about it is shitty. I don't know why we're here. The school that we go to is shitty.
Southfield is shitty. Never
Southfield,
visited.
stay shitty. All right, so again, we're on Spotify. So if you're not listening to it on Spotify,
Listen to us on
what
Spotify.
are you doing with your life? We're also on Apple Podcasts, which I don't know who uses that, but if you do use it, cool. We're still on YouTube, and we're on Google Play, which I also don't know anyone who uses that. So use Spotify, and if you made it that far, this far, Ryan almost knocked over a glass of water.
Nope.
I don't want to beat
Chill.
his ass. Thanks for listening, guys.
And don't forget, stay shitty, Southfield.
Deuces.
You're tripping over that.
Deuces.
Bye. Yeah.
Oh, fuck. It's
No, we're re-recording. Welcome to episode 6 of the Concepts of the Podcast. I'm Nathan.